And we are back, and it is time for Else Words. This is our main topic for point, and partially because I tried really hard to get a special guest host on here, but he said no. And well, he's British, so he said it more politely. I believe called me something called a wanker. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Daryl, I'm joking. I know you didn't say anything of those things. But this is the news that Peter Capaldi has. Huh?
Was that a Grand Tour spoiler? Was an insider for the ones that follow the show.
Yes. He called me a Jeremy Clarkson. But no, so this is the confirmation that Peter Capaldi has confirmed that Series 10/Season 10 of Doctor Who will be his last. So basically we have until Christmas for Peter Capaldi. And he confirmed this with Joe Wiley's BBC Two radio program, which for the video viewers, that's the lady that you're seeing right there. And he said, went down too far. One of the greatest privileges of being Doctor Who is to see the world at its best, Capaldi stated. From our brilliant crew and creative team working. God, this would be so much better if I could do a Scottish accent. From our brilliant crew and creative team working for the best broadcaster on the planet, to the viewers and fans whose endless creativity, generosity, and inclusiveness points to a brighter future ahead. I can't thank everyone enough. It's been cosmic. So this is where it is bittersweet, this news. And actually, before I get into this, let's play Daryl Johnson, the host of Who Knew and Review, his response to us.
Hello, ElseNerds. It's Daryl here from the Who Knew and Review podcast. Now, yesterday or the day before, you saw the news. Peter Capaldi's leaving. And you asked me if I could come onto the show. Well, as you know, I'm a very busy man. And so the answer was no. But I can give you the benefit of a little bit of what I think is going to happen. I don't think we are going to get a female doctor. So I think you can put those ideas out of your mind straight away. Also, a few names have been bandied around. We've got that chap who played Q. We've got the bloke that plays the Martian Manhunter. And we've got Moz from the IT crowd. Do I think any of those are in for the esteemed position as the Doctor? No, I don't. So who are we looking for? I think we're going to go down the same sort of route as Matt Smith. An up-and-coming actor. Someone who is youthful. And I say youthful, I mean 30. So youthful to me. I think they're going to be quirky. I think they're going to be able to captivate an audience. And I don't think it's going to be anyone that the bookmakers have on their list. So there's my views. But of course, I'm keen to hear yours. What is it you want from the Doctor? Who do you think could possibly fill that void? Are we going to stick to purely a British actor? Or maybe are we going to look, well, over the Atlantic to one of your talented sorts? Please let me know. I'd be keen to find out. And I'll be researching and having a close look at this in the next episode of Who Knew and Review. Anyway, toodles.
Yeah, so that's mainly why I wanted to bring Daryl on, because of this story right here. And I want to thank him for, providing that feedback. I agree a lot with a lot of what he said on there. I mean, Daryl knows his stuff. And so, I mean, who would you see that could possibly play, who could possibly take over and be the next Doctor?
That's a tough one. As he said, a fresh face would be most befittingly, and there's some people around that could fit the bill. The thing about taking somebody from over the pond strikes me with irony, because most American roles are being stolen by British actors, and the BBC likes to get American people for their British shows, like Joy, and now maybe the new Doctor Who coming from over there. So it would be mind blowing, but never say never, because it's a huge population that they could reach with that. I don't know how many Americans are open to Doctor Who because of their English mannerisms, and how many would prefer having one of their own in the role.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'd read that.
I'm gonna do baby steps here, because I mean, we just got a actual Scottish Doctor, not David Tennant's. He's Scottish, but we're gonna have him do an English accent, Doctor. And I was actually talking about this when the news broke on Monday, with some of my friends from work, because I was talking about how Doctor Who, it is a life-changing role. I mean, you look at Matt Smith, you look at David Tennant even. I mean, David Tennant before then in England, yes, he was a known actor, but after, he's a worldwide star. He's in the Harry Potter movies. He's voicing Scrooge McDuck, for fuck's sake. And it's one of these things that, he's in Marvel Marvel TV shows, with being the Purple Man on Jessica Jones. And it's one of these things, like, Doctor Who for a lot of the people is a stepping stone, but not in like it eventually gets beneath them. They love it so much. Yeah.
That's a new thing. Ecclestone was smart enough to bail out as soon as he could, and he delivered a good role, but it was a role, and Tennant was much more into it, and Matt Smith as well, after getting into it. Yeah, I agree. It is... maybe another Scotsman would be Ewan McGregor. When he doesn't do much more movie things, maybe he could jump in there, because he has the eyes, he has the expression, the charisma. Maybe he could deliver something like that. It doesn't have to be a 20-something.
Yeah, Ewan McGregor would be a pretty cool choice. The hearing it, and still even hearing it now, but Daryl said that Richard Ayoade, who plays Massa from the IT Crowd, was up there. I'm like, wait, really? Like, that threw me. Like, that would be like trust me, I would love to see it, but at the same time, it's like, I couldn't see it. I couldn't see it happening, just because it doesn't seem like it's out of either person's, either side's range, but it just seemed like a weird choice to go Richard Ayoade. But I want to point out something else, that this is not only Peter Capaldi's final season, this is Stephen Moffat's final season. So
it's like riddance.
I mean, a lot of people do get that way, but at the same time, I'm, it's one of these, like, he loved what he's doing, and he loves what he's doing, and he's, he made the decision to leave, and so this, I see this as, let's give, I'm blanking on his name, it's Chris, the new showrunner,
Chibnall.
Yeah, Chibnall, that's it.
From Broadchurch.
Yeah, let's give him essentially a clean slate in here, and like and to keep it to where the new companion with Billy is the carryover and all that. But yeah, I mean it's an interesting thing to happen, but at the same time, I'm not sad about it. It's because I know, we have enough of the doctors alive that, 60th anniversary, coming up in like 5 years or something. We could get another Doctor Who adventure with, David Tennant, Matt Smith, like another 4 doctors where we get, Tennant, Smith, Capaldi, and then the new Doctor, and hilarity will ensue.
The thing is, Doctor Who was very beloved up to the Tom Baker times, but then it fell flat and it went away for a while, and they tried with a movie that was something. Yeah, it was a movie, and it took a re-envisioning of the whole character. They kept the old canon, so at least they did that, but some things had to be dropped from the movie and other things, so it made sense. The problem right now is really hard to find something that wasn't there before, and you see the Moffat his handwriting in it. So yes, bring on the new. And would you keep canon or would you break with canon if you were at the helm?
If I was showrunner, I would keep canon. Because I mean, it's one of those things that the easy answer would be break canon, but at the same time, you do, if you were to break canon, then it doesn't really an episode that features a Cyberman or a Zygon or a Dalek or any of these other monsters. They're going to look at it like, oh, you're just doing a story. I almost said a Sherlock episode, but you're just doing Wrath of the Cyberman. You're just rehashing old stories and stuff like that. It's like, well, we're not trying to, but shut up.
But there's the thing. You have the 5, 6 types of villains that you can pick from, and then some one-offs, and that can feel limiting to a creator. So not just because it's a cheap shot, meant really that, like season 8 was which one was with Eccleston? When he came back, they had just came through the bullshit that is necessary and modernized it. So in that spirit, I would see a refreshing of the canon. Maybe let's put it that way, as a refreshment.
Yeah. I mean, and that's what's going to happen is you're going to have, with the writers, you're going to have a revitalization in there with, the new showrunner for season 11. But also I was trying to find the article, but there's a article about the episodes. And this is the first time, I believe Digital Spy will have it. This is the first time that we will have a writer who wrote on both the old Doctor Who and the new Doctor Who. One of the episodes is being written by one of these writers, and I'm like, that's awesome. Like, this is a typical Stephen Moffat run joint now with this season or series, because he's writing a lot of them. He's doing the 2-part with Peter Harness, where they're doing they did. Sorry, hold on. Yeah, this is the article. But one of the writers, and I cannot think of who it is right now, wrote for Oh wow, episode 10 is written by Mark Gatiss. Sorry, this is what happens when this is what's called stalling. Rona Monroe, who is penned episode 9, she's the first. She previously wrote 1989 Survival. So she'll be doing the episode The Eaters of Light. And yeah, a lot of these people, there's only one person in here who has not written for Doctor Who before. A lot of it is Stephen Moffat. Episode 1 is by Moffat. 6 and 7 is written by Stephen Moffat with Peter Harness, and then 11 and 12 is written by Stephen Moffat. So just under half of the episodes are written by him. But all the other people are great writers. I mean, Toby Whitehouse, the creator showrunner of Being Human, is writing an episode. A lot of these people we have, I see this as being good. I don't see any of this as being like, okay, this season's gonna suck.
That was also not the impression I get from the whole story. It's just, opportunity is in the air, that they can break loose of some things that are getting stale with time. But still, it's halfway a kids show, or was promoted as such, and I understand why and approve of it. But maybe something around that they could change, go a little bit edgier or whatever. Not that they have to get better. Just saying, change up the formula just a tiny bit, please.
Yeah, and I mean, you could honestly take a look at the class for that to get inspiration, because I mean, I've seen all but the final 2 episodes, I believe, but that's taking a property, taking Doctor Who, and going in such a different direction.
It's almost schlock, and I enjoy it very much. So
yeah, it's one of those where I'm like, I'm enjoying the show, and I've been enjoying the class. It's only because too much TV that I hadn't finished it, but it's it's great stuff. And so I could easily see, I wouldn't be surprised if it later came out that Peter Capaldi said, yeah, I stepped back to give the creator of Broadchurch a clean slate, because you're gonna have better writing then.
He wasn't a bad Doctor, but he hasn't really had an arc. He didn't have an evolution like Tennant had or Matt Smith. So I understand also maybe his ambitions are a little bit higher than just staying there doing the same. Yeah. But he did well. I'm not mocking it. At times I was a little frustrated because of what he had to deliver, but this was his fault. It was Moffat's work.
Yeah.
And he freshened it up, and yeah, farewell.